A predator launches its weight toward a half-ton bison, initiating an ambush in the Pleistocene snow. This is Smilodon fatalis. While its silhouette looks familiar, its skeletal mechanics are distinct from any living big cat. Modern lions use a suffocating throat bite that can take several minutes. If this predator tries to hold a struggling bison that long, the sheer force of the struggle will likely break its primary weapons. The anatomy of the saber-tooth suggests its success didn't come from a standard feline bite, but from a specialized mechanical strategy. These are the primary weapons: 7-inch maxillary canines, lined with fine serrations for slicing through hide. But there is a structural trade-off. Because these teeth are flattened, they are laterally fragile. If they hit bone or experience sideways torque during a struggle, they are prone to snapping. This weakness extends to the jaw itself. Smilodon possessed narrow zygomatic arches, which restricted the muscle thickness available for biting. The result was a bite force only 1/3 as strong as a modern lion's. This creates a biological paradox: an apex predator that hunts megafauna, yet possesses weak jaws and teeth that break under sideways pressure. To utilize these blades without shattering them, Smilodon had to evolve a body built for wrestling rather than just biting. When the predator impacts the massive bison, it relies heavily on its forelimb strength to neutralize the struggle immediately. The solution to dental fracture was cortical thickening in the humerus. Radiographs show these bone walls were 15% thicker than modern big cats, allowing the arms to withstand massive bending and twisting forces. Using massive chest muscles and oversized paws, the cat performed a tactic known as bulldogging, laterally rotating the prey's head and pinning its body to the ground. This total spinal immobilization was a requirement. The cat had to lock the animal down before it could safely deploy its fragile canines. Smilodon was a specialized heavyweight wrestler, using its own body mass as an anchor to protect its lethal tools. Once pinned, the skull unhinges to a 120-degree gape to clear the canine tips. Forming a Class 1 lever, the lower jaw anchors against the throat, with the TMJ acting as the fulcrum. Extending its forelimbs, the cat rotates its cranium forward. This powerful movement drove the massive sabers in a surgical arc, instantly severing the carotid artery and the trachea. The strike was optimized for a deep plunge followed by a quick withdrawal, minimizing contact time with a dangerous prey animal. This neck-driven mechanic allowed Smilodon to kill in seconds, relying on leverage rather than the crushing force of its jaws. The evidence for this violent wrestling style is preserved in the forensic archive of the Brea Tar Pits. Because over 2,000 individual saber-toothed cats were recovered from the asphalt, we have a clear record of the physical toll of their hunting strategy. The collection is full of horrific pathologies, like smashed pelvises, wrenched lumbar vertebrae, and severe joint trauma consistent with grappling with heavy megafauna. But look closely at this pelvis. The bone is heavily calcified, indicating a massive fracture that actually healed. In a world of apex predators, a solitary hunter with a broken pelvis cannot wrestle bison. Without help, an animal with these injuries would starve. The prevalence of these healed injuries suggests that Smilodon lived in social groups. Pack members would have shared kills and protected the wounded during their recovery. Smilodon fatalis succeeded by combining this social structure with a specialized lever-driven strike, allowing a predator with fragile weapons to hunt giants of the Ice Age.